Most website owners are looking for more business and they tend to focus on bringing in more traffic to the website instead of focusing on what's most important, which are the conversions from that traffic. How many of those people convert into inquiries? I'm going to take you through that process here. So this is a website, they do landscaping. I'm going to pick on one topic, and this is what I recommend you do. Just pick on one of the things that you offer and have a look at that part of the website. And what we're going to do here is assess what's happening with the people that get to this page over a period of time. So this page introduces the topic. It has various projects that they've done related to composite decking. More information on the page there. Now you can do that. This is one way of doing it. You can have a look at analytics. There's Google Analytics. There's also this system that I use, which goes into a lot more detail. So I'm going to look at composite decking over the period of 1 month. And we're going to look at all the clicks that came into that page. And we can get 100 on a page here. So we've got 138. Now, this might seem laborious, and it is, but when you have an idea of how people are interacting with your website pages, you get a feeling for what's working and what's not working. So let's take this. This is working backwards. This person came from Google Ads. They looked for decking companies. They landed on the page and didn't appear to do anything else, which isn't necessarily the case. They could have clicked on a option to go off and phone or email. So you can't read too much into the people that look at just one page. This person here came from Google Ads again, spent 20 seconds on that page and then went to look at pricing. That's always a good sign. And some people would do more than others when they're on the website. Ignore this information up here, except in the cases where it's identifying addresses, because just as a slight aside, yes, you can sometimes see the addresses of people that go to websites if they're residential like that. So we know that this person was from this address looking for decking, and they've had a look at various pages, so they might be of interest. So that's one way of looking at it, just scrolling through, getting a feel for what people did page by page on the website. And you're going to compare those visitors. So here we've got a total of 138 within 1 month, and we would compare that to the level of inquiries we've had about the specific product of composite decking during that time. And however that looks as a percentage, we're going to then think, what could we be doing with our website page to make it stronger? Now, you could go deeper. You could sort of go into this and say how many of these people got to pricing, how many people got to a contact page. But you can also use heat mapping software. This is Microsoft Clarity, which is free. And that lets you look at the page at an even deeper level. And this is the desktop view. Now, this is telling us over that time period, 38 were recorded on the desktop view going to the website. And this is how they scrolled through and how many people scrolled how far down the page. You can also see what people clicked on there. So at any time you can see here the 3 people who clicked on get a quote from there. There were 3 that clicked on pricing here, and so on. It will show you everything they did. People clicking on the FAQs. It will give you lots of insights. But this is only showing 38 page views. And when we look at mobile, what it will do here, if I go back to scroll, is it shows us 176. The majority of people who got to that page, who landed on that page, were on mobile devices. And we scroll through that here, and we're just getting a feel for how far did people get through that page, where's the drop off. Now, bearing in mind they're thinking about composite decking in this case. Now, about 50% have dropped off by this point. And that's quite a high number, so it gets us thinking, okay, let's look at this. They're interested in composite decking. We've introduced the topic here, and there's this information. We've got some related projects here. The first image has got composite decking in it, but it's not solely the focus, and nor the case in the second image or the third. It's only when you get to the 4th image that it's really talking about composite decking specifically, and this one here. So you might think, okay, let's modify our website pages so that those graphics are higher up, those case studies are higher up the list, and see what impact that has. And let's find some better imagery to go in the website, a bit more like this sort of thing that's effective. You can go further than that. You can see on a mobile, you can see what people are tapping on. And one of the issues here, of course, on a mobile, you get the hamburger menu versus on desktop, you can see pricing and everything always there on the page. So someone could be looking through this on a mobile device and thinking how much these things cost. And currently, there's nothing in here that takes them off the pricing, even though it is available within that menu there. So that's another consideration. Do we modify the website so it's got references to pricing at certain points to allow people to go off to that? So there's lots of things you can think about. Now, something else we can do is look at recordings. So this is the same page we're looking at over the same time period, and we can get a view of recordings of individual people on the site. This is them moving through the page, just flicking up. Their finger movements, you can see the little orange things there on their phone. Very quickly going through. You don't have a lot of chance to impress most people going to websites. And we can see there, they've only looked at one page. So there might be something that stopped them from making contact. Or quite often when someone's on a mobile device, they're just casually looking and they may come back again later. Let's look at another example here and click on here. This is someone, looks like they're on a tablet. And this is them scrolling through on their tablet in real time. And we can see when they click something. Going off to the menu. And then that was it. That was their visit. The purpose of this isn't to go into massive detail on this. It's just to show you that there is the ability to get in depth. And it is a bit of an acquired taste. It takes quite a bit for people to get their heads around doing this. But once you do and you start understanding how people are actually engaging with your pages, it then triggers thoughts about things that need to be changed or modified. And when you modify those things, you start to get more business from people. And I'm just looking at this one here, just as a last example, what they're doing. Just going to move it along a little bit here. This looks like they're clicking on the FAQs, opening them up. So they're interested in composite decking. And they're having a look at some of the FAQs that have been set up in the page. And sometimes you can find that you haven't got enough FAQs in the page, and so they don't engage with the area much. So it gets you thinking, oh, can we have more in there? And as you can see here, they are at least engaging with these to get a feel for this particular type of decking. So overall, you can get into a lot more depth with your website visitors if you want to, but it is an acquired taste to do that. But it's very much worth doing it.